YouTube, what is up? We are back with another day. And today is pretty simple. We're ripping a 3 rep max on the cleans. We're hitting some clean pulls. We got a little bit of tall cleans beforehand just to warm up for those cleans. And we're gonna hit some test jumping today. We're gonna retest the triple broad jump, see where we're at there, and hit some approach jumps and see if we can break into those 36s today. So let's get after it, let's go. All right, so last time we tested our triple broad jump, I have no idea when it was. We're supposed to do zigzag broad jumps today, but we don't have enough room in here and the turf is taken. So I just looked up a broad jump variation that I had from earlier in this program and a number I written down, which was 26.1 for these triple broad jumps. So we're gonna try and crush that today. I'm gonna give myself 3 to 5 attempts based off how they're feeling, take a good break in between and set a new record here. So let's go. Ooh, there we go. Ooh, right at it. 26, probably flat. Got to push it a little bit more. We're gonna go shorts. We're gonna go pants off, see if we can rip this. You watch Blaine do this stuff, man, and it literally does not comprehend in my brain how the fuck he gets out that far. It blows my mind every time, dude. That dude's something else. Let's get our second attempt here and try to be more like Blaine. Ooh! Oh, that was a fucking shatter. That was 26.8, 26, let's go 26.7 so we have a record to beat. Let's do a couple more jumps here. Oh, that was 27, right at the heel, 27.8. That's more than a 1.5 foot PR. That's fucking sick. Let's see if we can get a 28 foot broad jump in here. Let's go. That'd be sick. Oh, 28 feet. We got one more jump in us. Let's fucking go. I mean, like when I say it doesn't make sense, like he's getting 10.42 here. I mean, that's a 32 foot broad jump almost. He's 5 foot farther than me. That last jump is insane. We're gonna channel our inner Blaine here and see if we can get 30. That'd be sickening. I mean, not 30, but if we got 28 something, that'd be sickening. Let's fucking go. Oh! Let's fucking go. 28.8 to end the day. That was a fucking sickening jump. 1 for the gram. Let's go. All right, that's a pretty sickening triple garage jump goal. I'm just gonna make a little goal to hit 9 meters there. That was like 8.3 meters, I believe, if I did my math right there. But ripping a 9 meter triple broad jump is gonna be the next little jumping goal. I'll retest again in like 3 or 4 weeks. I'll probably forget, but hopefully if I don't forget, I'll got that. Now we got these vertical jump mats here. Approach jumps, goals to hit a 36. That'd be sickening. Let's go. Oh, what was that? 35.8. I think that might time my PR recently. Let's fucking go. We got a 36 in us. Let's get it. Ooh! Oof! Ah, 34.7. I got one more jump in me. Give me a 36, baby. Come on. Ooh, come on. Damn. 34.9. Thought we were gonna rip 36 today. We still might. I might come back to it after some cleans, but let's get to some cleans here. All right, so to start today, we got tall cleans, 3 sets of 5 at 135, just opening up those shoulders, opening up that front rack position, taking out the chain so I don't absolutely murder myself with this. Let's get after it. Let's go. Let's go. After these, we're building up to a 3 rep max here. The grip's a little fucking shot. I've been climbing every Wednesday just to get some pulling work in and get some athletic work done on the wall. But we ripped it yesterday. We really sensed it, and these forearms are pumped. I was grabbing that bar, and it feels fucking heavy. So hopefully that doesn't affect our cleans today. I don't think it will, but if we suck, we have a reason why. So we got that backup reason. Let's hit set number 2 here. Oof. Oof. Let's go. To continue on the bitch fest, just to get it all out, my wisdom tooth is fucking acting up again, dude. Doc dentist keeps telling me I need to get it out, and she won't fix the cavity that's back there because she wants me to pull it, but I got too deep into Twitter dentist conspiracy theory online, and talking about how if you pull your wisdom teeth, you lose a lot of shit you shouldn't lose, and that the roots are connected to something. I don't know. I was high one night, and I was looking at Twitter, and it was bad for me, so now I feel like I need to keep my wisdom teeth in. But this motherfucker's acting up today, and it's killing me. I've had an ice cube in my mouth for most of the day. Hopefully it's just a short-term time, because last time this bodied me for like 2 weeks before it finally went away. So hopefully it goes away today, but we're dragging ass a little bit because of it. Let's go. Oof. 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 Let's go, get some cleans. All right, so we're building to a 3-rep max here. I actually haven't done a 3-rep max before on these only lifts, so we're gonna rip it, we're gonna drop it, we're gonna pick it back up, drop it. 315 would be sickening here, but that might be a big ask. We're gonna find out. Let's go. Oof. 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 Woo! All right, set number 2 here, let's rip. Hat is falling off today. All right, before we hear set number 3 here, I was asked a question how I would increase rotational power for baseball players, hitters, and pitchers. And the 2 things you have to think about when it comes to rotational power is you have to go and you have to break. And honestly, both things I feel like are under-touched on and underutilized in the strength conditioning sector. I do believe we touch on the go side of things just a little bit more. I think sprinting is one of the best rotational exercises that you can do. But we don't really utilize any of the special strength type stuff when it comes to rotational power, especially on that go side of things that I think can be super effective. Now, they're not going to be your number 1 exercises and the only thing that matters, but if you're already a rotational athlete that's pretty strong, these things can be really, really helpful in reaching that next like 1% or 10% of your training and your performance. And a lot of it just comes down to rotating fast and rotating often. And then some of the things that we do in the gym are rapid plate rotations. We're in the GHR, we're in this straight plank position, and we're rotating as fast as humanly possible with that plate. I really love PVC by Daddy Hacks. If you haven't tried these before, man, there's nothing that lights you up and makes you feel like more of a fucking animal than taking some Daddy Hacks with a PVC pipe. You're here and you're just whipping as fast as possible through. When I started implementing some of this fast rotation type stuff into my swing, I increased my exit velo by like 10 miles an hour pretty quickly. And I think it's kind of along the same lines of sprinting. If you're never actually touching max velo in the sprint, you're never actually going to get truly faster. And the same with this rotational stuff. If you're never touching on that max velo side of rotation, I don't think you're actually going to get faster. But along with that max velo and the go side of things, you really have to focus on the break side of things, which is something, again, that I feel like is not super talked about in the strength conditioning sector, and especially not in the baseball world specifically. Because in the swing and pitching, if you're going and you have nothing to break, it's just going to bleed off. And you see this in a lot of people, especially really strong athletes swing, myself included. Whereas if I can't break, everything just bleeds out around the ball rather than going through the implements. And a super simple step, and something that strength conditioning obviously does a nice job of this with, is just strength training, right? Building a base, building a foundation, working some eccentric strength, building muscles that are able to stop and hold that force that you're producing on that go side of things, right? So if you're looking for special strength exercise, a lot of it's just gonna be strengthening that front leg side. Specifically for me, it's like the glutes and hitting a lot of eccentric strength stuff for there so that I can hold and withstand that force and then rotate all the way through. But another really cool thing that I've been working, my BP partner Dan put me onto 108. There's a lot of decel stuff with the PVC pipe and water bags, and even just swings in general, where you're swinging, and during that swing, you are pulling back, and you're able to stop that force and snap back. So you take something like a Daddy Hack with the PVC pipe, you're taking a big swing, and then stopping and trying to rebound back into it. You can do the same thing with the water bag where you're taking a Daddy Hack, step into it, stopping and then rotating back. And if it's just the baseball swing or softball swing, a drill that Dan taught me is the Curry look back, where you're swinging and you look back after your swing. So you swing, look back, and it stops and forces everything to decel at the contact point. And when it decels at the contact point, that lower body decels at the contact point, that upper body accelerates through the ball, and you're able to actually use the force and velocity that you created in this upper half. Instead of bleeding off, it decels, stops, and accelerates through, so it'll be boom, snapping through. And you see some of the best rotators in the world do this naturally, but it's something that has been an absolute game changer in my swing and my rotational power type exercises that I've been implementing. And if you guys don't follow 108 Performance, I cannot recommend recommend those guys enough. They're some fucking mad scientists, and the fact they haven't blown up more than they have is it actually wild to me. Obviously, they're a big, massive company still, but like the fact they don't have 2 million followers on Instagram and YouTube is crazy to me. The knowledge they put out has been game-changing for my swing, and I've been doing this shit for like 5 years, and some of the stuff they say is just totally brand new to me and has totally changed my swing. So those are a couple things. You have to be able to go, but you also have to be able to stop, and those are 2 things that we can absolutely train in the weight room. Let's get this 3rd set here. All right, set number 4 here. I think this is going to start getting heavy. We got 275 on the bar. We'll probably go 275, 295. We'll try 315. As long as we don't get bodied before then, let's get it. The 275 moved pretty quick. It's kind of tough to draw all that intent into 3 reps. I feel like I'm lackadaisically doing it. I feel like as it's gonna get heavier, I'm gonna get bodied if I approach it in the way that I approach that 275 because it just moves so easy. But we got 295 on the bar, let's get after it. Pretty dang sloppy. We're going to try 315. Let's send it. All right, if we got this for a set of 3, that'd be a sickening win on the day, even more than the broad jumps. Let's get after it. Let's go. All right, that was pretty sickening. 315 for 3. Little mini pauses in between, but I'm still pretty proud of that. That used to be our 1 rep max goal for the longest time, and we're ripping it for a pretty easy triple. Now we got these low hang clean pulls, 3 sets of 5 at 315. Let's rip it. Let's go. For the second set, we're going to answer the question I got in a YouTube comment asking about, from the tumbling video, if I want to do a backflip or a front flip, I'm already on a program, how do I start to slowly implement tumbling type activities into my program without messing it up? And the first easiest piece of advice I can give you is hop on the Yoakum Strength Inside of the Building Better Movers series, because then your program will be taken care of with all the tumbling stuff in there. Building Better Movers series includes all of that twice a week and all the movement prep stuff to not only show you how to program it, but to get you better at doing it, which is pretty sickening. And to my knowledge, it's one of the only programs that incorporates some of this tumbling stuff into the actual program while still doing all the lifting and doesn't turn into movement yogi. So as a plug for the program, I'm going to throw it out there right there. But if you're going to stick to your program, the easiest way to add it in is just to add it in. Like I mentioned in that tumbling video, it's just a warm-up for our athletes that we do. We put out the mats, and for 10 minutes on our Wednesday before we start the workout, hit a whole tumbling series, and we start off with nice and slow-mo rolls, focus on segmenting every piece of the spine. Once we start to warm up the spine, we start to warm up the rolling pattern. We go to regular rolls, then we'll add in 1-foot rolls. We'll make it a little bit more dynamic and add in some Superman rolls. We'll rip some cartwheels, just getting the athletes used to being inverted. If they're ready for some round-offs, we'll add in some round-off. We'll add in some one-handed cartwheels, but we continually progress this stuff towards the last 5 minutes of this 10-minute period, where when the athletes are starting to warm up, the athletes are starting to ready, they start to rip stuff at their own pace, and the athletes that can do backflips for the last 2 to 3 minutes are ripping backflips on our thick pad. Now, the one thing I will say, when you're doing this stuff, you make sure you got a thick pad. When I was teaching myself how to do a backflip, I had a thin pad, and I was doing it on the grass, and I was eating shit all the time, and it fucking hurt. I would not recommend that. I would go find a place that has tumbling pads. I would go find a trampoline gym. It's one of the best ways to learn how to flip. At the bouldering project, when I first learned how to do a backflip, they had really, really thick pads that we were able to do flips on, and you could eat shit completely. You could break your neck, basically, and not feel anything from it. But make sure you got thick pads. If you don't have thick pads, trying to learn this stuff is pretty tough. I also recommend looking up like a gymnastics type course in the area. They're more common than you think. Adult gymnastics class, I used to go to one for a couple weeks, and it was actually super productive. They have all the pieces of equipment there. They have coaches that actually know what they're doing when they're teaching you how to flip. And again, most importantly, they have the equipment so when you're doing these flips, you can actually practice them without worrying about risking your life. But usually they're like $10 for a drop-in class there. But that's pretty much how I do it. I just slowly build these things up. I'd slowly get used to rolling. I'd slowly get used to going inverted. I'd slowly get used to flipping. And then look up a bunch of YouTube videos on it, man. That's how I learned how to do the backflip myself. There's so many good YouTube tutorials on how to do a backflip. A lot of times they're super young gymnastics type people and they make it look super easy and it hurts your ego a little bit, but sometimes you need your ego to be hurt for a little bit of growth, right? So just start adding that stuff in, and if you want a program that has it in there already, the Building Better Movers series is for you. Let's get the second set. All right, last set here, then we're gonna go watch the T-Pups win game 2 of the Western Conference Finals. Hopefully they don't suck it up like they did the first game. Let's get it. Ooh, let's go. That's a day. Good little work day. Back on Saturday to rip. Let's get it.